Okay, so this is Hamsaduta by Rupa Goswami. So I'll read a little bit here. Let's check it out. Never read this book. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda Om Agina Timaranda Sya Ginan Gina Salakya Chakshur Militamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jai Srila Prabhupada Jai Rupa Goswami Jai Jesus. May a certain blissful person in a splendid yellow garments, the soles of his lotus feet glorious as the host of red roses, his form dark as a tamal tree, and his mouth playful, curved in gentle smile, appear in my heart. May a certain blissful person in splendid yellow silk garments, the soles of his lotus feet glorious as a host of red roses, his form dark as a tamal tree, and his mouth playfully curved in a gentle smile, appear in my heart. At the request of Akrura, Krsna and Balarama left the house of Nanda Maharaja for Mathura. At that time, Srimati Radharani's mind was disrupted, and she became almost mad because of extreme separation from Krishna. She experienced a great mental pain, agitation, which caused her to drown in mental speculation in the river of anxiety. One day, when Srimati Radharani was feeling much affliction because of her separation from Krishna, she went to the bank of the Yamuna with some of her friends. There, Radharani saw in a cottage where she and Krishna had experienced many loving pleasures. And by remembering those incidents, she immediately became overcome with dizziness. This dizziness was very prominently visible. Fallen in the dust, and her limbs motionless, she was surrounded by friends holding lotuses, their hearts out of love filled with hundreds of fears, and their tears flooding the Yamuna's waves. Fallen in the dust, and her limbs motionless, she was surrounded by friends holding lotuses, their hearts out of love filled with hundreds of fears, and their tears flooding the Yamuna's waves. When her limbs resting on Lalita's breast were fanned with many lotus petals, cooled with the Yamuna's water, and her throat moved with the sprout of breath, her watching friends made a joyful sound. Placing Radha on a bed of lotus petals, to fetch some water, Lalita put her feet on the path. On the Yamuna's shore, she saw a graceful and sweetly warbling white swan approach her. Placing Radha on a bed of lotus petals, to fetch some water, Lalita put her feet on the path. On the Yamuna shore, she saw a graceful and sweetly warbling white swan approach her. Her heart encouraged by seeing the swan, anxious Lalita cautiously approached it, respectfully bowed down before it, and praised it. She thought the graceful swan an ideal messenger to carry a letter to Lord Hari's assembly. Wrapped in the anger of love for Krishna, she told the swan of her desires. She is not at fault for speaking to a bird. Where will a girl overcome with love for Lord Hari not place her faith? You live in pure waters. You find happiness among the lotus stems. Your heart is pure. For this reason, I am very unhappy, woman. Take shelter, you. I request a saintly person. A request to a saintly person is never fruitless. Forgetting us who are tormented by the flames of separation from him, artistic Krishna happily lives in Mathura. Please place this message in your heart and at once put it on the path of his ears. May all the obstacles be cast aside. May your path be easy, placing happiness and mercy in your heart. Rise at once. The running and playing Gopa boys will gaze at you with wide open eyes. O tilak of the saintly devotees, taking the path famous in all the worlds, by which hard-hearted Akrura quickly took away the ocean of handsomeness that rules the young gopis' lives, go to the city of the Darsas. O tilak of the saintly devotees, taking the path famous in all the worlds, by which hard-hearted Akrura quickly took away the ocean of handsome young gopis' lives, go to the city of the Darshas. O passionate lover of your swan mate, go by the path of the chariot. O passionate lover of your swan mate, go by the path of the chariot touched by Lord Hari's feet. A path where the dear-eyed gopis, a flood of tears streaming down their pale cheeks, were tortured by Kamadev. Sip the sweet Jambu dark Yamuna water. Eat some lotus stems, soft and splendid as the moonlight, for a moment and rest under a great tree. And then, O friend, happily go to the city of the Vrishnis. Fly over the path where the passionate crying gopis followed their lover as he went on the Akrura's chariot, and you will become the greatest of swans. O King of Swans, please stay for a moment on the Kadamba tree full of new leaves. The tree Lord Hari climbed to flood us with waves of secret love as he suddenly stole our garments. The Rasalila place, a place where dancing broke the jasmine vines, a place dark with musk fallen from the vine forms of the splendid and playful gopis, a place where a person crowned with peacock feathers dressed in garments splendid as gold, his limbs dark as a tamal tree, filling all directions with his glorious handsomeness, flooding the world with the waves of bliss. His mouth kissing a simple flute, made wonderful music, will put joy in your heart. The Rasa Leela place, a place where dancing broke the jasmine vines, a place dark with musk fallen from the vine forms of the splendid and playful gopis, a place where a person crowned with peacock feathers, dressed in garments splendid as gold, his limbs dark as a tamal tree, filling all filling all directions with his glorious handsomeness, flooding the world with waves of bliss, and his mouth kissing a simple flute, made wonderful music, will put joy in your heart. Don't, after that, place your eyes on Lord Hari's amorous festival of Jasmine Vine Cottage, when by seeing it you become so filled with bliss that you will forget your mission. All the gopis will perish. Even though my desires may be thwarted by delay, see this place of Lord Hari's pastimes. O friend, may your purity not go in vain. What virtue will not make the mind enter Lord Krishna? Govardhan Hill, which saw Krishna's secret pastimes with the gopis, that hearing the sound of his flute, ran to meet him, which is beautiful with many vine cottages, which is the cow's friend, and the boulders of which were Krishna's hiding place will delight you. Govardhan Hill, which Krishna saw, which saw Krishna's secret pastimes with the gopis, that hearing the sound of his flute ran to meet him, which is beautiful with so many vine cottages, which is the cow's friend, and the boulders of which you were Krishna's hiding place will delight you. We think this hill that tasted the nectar touch of Krishna's chakra-marked hands We think this hill that tasted the nectar touch of Krishna's chakra-marked hands, defeated its relative's enemy, King Indra, and is appropriately named Govardhan, is the crown of all mountains on the earth. We think that this hill that tasted the nectar touch of Krishna's chakra-marked hands, defeated its relatives, the enemy King Indra, and is appropriately named Govardhan, is the crown of all mountains of the earth. When Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill, the cows were protected. For this reason, the hill is appropriately named Go, of the cows. Vardhan, Vardhan, protection of the cows. The cooing Yamuna spray, carried by your wings breeze, removing for a moment the fever of the Pulinda girls, burning in the memory of Govinda. By seeing a tamal tree, you will slowly fly by Govardhan Hill. Next is the sweet Kadamba Grove, where the gopis, beloved, engaged in amorous battle. If you do not become happy there, you cannot taste even the sweetest nectar. In the outskirts of Vrindavan, you will see a Sirosarora's old wither's head. Now the autumn clouds, rival Kuvera's servants, assemble to climb it, thinking it the topmost Kailas. Friend, please go and sing in Vrindavan, where there are many beautiful girls whose glory is now kissed by death. Your singing, so like the tinkling of Krishna's anklets, will at once bring back their life breath. Happily stay for a moment on this dark banyan tree, splendid in the sunlight. Now this tree is like Lord Vishnu, holding a conch and a disc, and present everywhere in the sky. Happily stay for a moment on this dark banyan tree, splendid in the sunlight. Now this tree is like Lord Vishnu, holding a conch and disc, and present everywhere in the sky. Go to the famous place where the intelligent Brahma began and again sprinkling the ground with tears of pure love flowing from his 8 eyes, offered prayers. When you have left the forest, goddess will think Brahma had just come riding on you. Oh, drink the sweet water in the pure Kalya lake, fragrant with Kadamba filaments and purple with jewels fallen from the serpent's hoods when Lord Hari showed his prowess by dancing there again and again. When Lord Hari was in the water there, the gopis, their hearts overwhelmed and their steps faltering as they anxiously ran on the Yamuna's path, muddied with the waves of tears flowing from their eyes, attained that state that cannot be described. Oh, with great humbleness, bow down before Tulsi Devi, who is now burning in a forest fire of separation from Krishna, who understands the greatness of the gopis' eternal love, and whose new sprouts make her lament. passing through the 11 forests, filled with the singing of peacocks. Oh, please turn the fan up. Birdie up. Passing through the 11 forests filled with the singing of peacocks, you will come to the 12th Madhuvan thick with mango trees, where the capital of the Yadus, which is the flooding streams of its fame, purifies the world, is manifest. Passing through the 11 forests filled with the singing peacocks, you will come to the 12th Madhuvan, thick with mango trees, where the capital of the Yadus, which with the flooding streams of its fame purifies the world, is manifest. Crowded with flowering gardens, sweet waters, and a great column palaces, that rival of Mount Kailas, children, Mathura city, by the Yamuna shore, will fill you, O friend, with bliss. Crowded with flowering gardens, sweet waters, and great column palaces that rival Mount Kailas's children, Mathura city, by the Yamuna shore, will fill you, O friend, with bliss. Somewhere there's Shiva's bull chews grass. Somewhere Brahma's swan swallows lotus stems. Somewhere Kartikeya's peacock devours poisonous snakes. Somewhere Indra's elephant eats shalaki sprouts. You don't know the garments have fallen from your body. You don't know your pearls have spilled on the street. O girl whose heart is intoxicated by the wine of thinking of Sri Govinda. The prostitutes are laughing at your chaste reputation. You don't know the garments have fallen from your body. You don't know your pearls have spilled on the street. O girl whose heart is intoxicated by the wine of thinking of Sri Govinda, the prostitutes are laughing at your chaste reputation. My left foot is still not anointed with red lac. I am going anyway. Bewildered girl, of what use are my ornaments now? O friend, from the tumultuous sounds of the city's women, I think Vrindavan's Kamadev gloriously walks by my doorstep. Garlanded with ashok flowers, and bathing the line of houses with his playful glance, Kamadev conquers, Kamsa's conqueror walks before us. Why, running from the back of the jeweled palace and staring with unmoving eyes, do you block the windows? Your eyes are always blank. In a secluded place, you think of something you do not hear. You think your eyes are always blank. In a secluded place you think of something. You do not hear 100 appeals of the friends before your eyes. O lotus-faced one, I think the splendid dark crown of youths has walked on the pathway of your eyes. Friend, don't shamelessly cry. Lord Hari will come again to the playful vine of your sidelong glances. As Krishna first walked on Mathura street, the women spoke these words filled with love. Friend, don't shamelessly cry. Lord Hari will come again to the playful vine of your sidelong glances. As Krishna first walked on Mathura streets, the women spoke these words filled with love. Friend, the women of Mathura city, whose thoughts are kissed by the waves of bliss, by seeing the moon of Damodar's face, and who have placed a great calamity on the gopis' heads, will delight your eyes. O friend, the women of Mathura city, whose thoughts are kissed by the waves of bliss, by seeing the moon of Damodar's face, and who have placed a great calamity on the gopis' heads, will delight your eyes. Traveling again and again, go to Vrishni's difficult-to-enter palaces. In the middle of the city, there, Krishna's blissful palace is glorious with flags that cover the sky. On its roof are many great crystal swans. Oh! Ah. Oh. 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 Any more of these? Oh, thank you. Oh. Oh my God. Oh. Whew. Krishna. Oh. On its roof are many great crystal swans with beaks and feet of rubies. Many live swans come from a pleasant lotus lake and offer friendly respects to them. Oh, will I again see Krishna, who, his smiling face bright with joy, as he hid in the Yamuna shore forest, the jeweled gopis could not find after a long search. Will I again see Krishna, who, his smiling face bright with joy as he hid in the Yamuna shore, the jewel-like gopis could not find after their long search. Don't despair, his words will soon be true, O Radha, decorated with the new peacock feather, your friend will return. The parrot couple, the gopis placed in Uddhava's hand, spoke these words to Lord Krishna. offered prayers by the bewildered peacocks. Black waves of Akrura incense smoke floated above Lord Hari's palace. O hero, by seeing them you have become attracted to the Manasa Sarovara, and you have been defeated by a love for staying with fools. You will see Krishna's private pastime room, its windows decorated with fresh flowers, its splendid columns decorated with swinging strands of pearls, and its walls glorious with 10th canto pastimes in lines of gold. Ooh. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh. Whoa. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare